Hey guys, Gamer of Gamers in the Zone, and welcome to another episode of Epic Battle Fantasy 4. Last time we entered the waste disposal plant, and we were previously, I believe, looking around as well as going up against some enemies, all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, that. So mainly we were looking around here and we were going up against some, we found a bunch of enemies we could encounter here, so we're going to be going through quite a few of them this episode. To get started, let's start with summoning Scan on some new enemies here. We have two different enemies that may look fairly similar, with the only difference being the weapon on their hats. So we have the Swordslinger, a wandering robot which uses non-elemental sword attacks, and the Gunslinger, which is a wandering robot which uses bomb and thunder attacks, has low accuracy but high power. So yeah, a variety of different weapons here. We're gonna want to start with the Gunslingers for sure. So let's go ahead and whip out those air strikes on these guys back here. And of course it's only a singular airstrike. Also, I probably should have gone for something else. Nonetheless, I do have some of them staggered, so that does give me the opportunity to unleash a strong attack. Let's go with the blast. That should finish it off, right? Combined with the stagger, there we go. Because the sword slingers, they deal decent melee damage, but they're nowhere near as bad. So that's going to be my main focus, is trying to focus on taking out those gunslingers. Oh, I like that one. That was nice. Let's whip out Matt, because we're close to taking one of those enemies down. So let's unleash Swift Slash, so one of them can get taken down. And then unleash a... Wait, will Spark Arrow do a lot? No, Aqua Arrow should take them down quickly. There we go. Leaving only one Sword Slinger left. Another Aqua Arrow should take that one out. And moving on. Alright. What? Would it be weird if I... Since Natalie already hates my guts. She's way younger than you. It would be awkward. And I think Natalie would hate you less if you stopped staring at her nonstop. That's not a fair criticism. I'm very subtle about it. I've got hidden cameras on my clothes, so I don't even have to look in her direction. That's what I mean. Alright, we have the Iron Cross Flare. Increases bomb and stagger resistance. Okay, that may be fairly useful later on. For now, we've got more of these enemies. So let's go ahead and cast some more airstrikes. So those deal high damage. And then, what might I want to use on these guys? Because in terms of what we have, I guess let's go for, since they're weak to holy attacks, let's go with a Swift Slash. That should take them down. And of course that doesn't take them down. I'm pretty sure none of my attacks are widespread either, so that could... Oh wait, no! I have Arrow Rain. That should take them out. Except Arrow Rain heals those guys. It doesn't kill them. Okay, that may be a problem. And if that's the case, I know for a fact that the next move I make, they're gonna kill us. So, alright, maybe... Alright, I'll just cast a Spark Arrow on one of the other guys, because it's obvious that they're gonna self-destruct. Watch. Yep, that one self-destructs. This one's also about to self-destruct, because I know when it's... Oh, they didn't... That one didn't self-destruct, although it does heal a bit. And a random mammoth hit. Okay. Alright, take that one down. And of course it goes after her. Luckily it didn't hit. Let's cast a Light Blade. That should finish that one off. So yeah, I know we've only scratched the surface of this plant, and in my eyes, I consider this to be probably one of the longest areas in the game, because, yeah, considering the variety of enemies, I know for a fact you're going to be here for a while. Anyway, we're busy healing, so I think what I want to do is I want to switch Anna to a different bow, because if some of these enemies can get healed by her attacks, it's best we switch to something else. So let's go with Thor's Hammer. That seems like a pretty useful bow. And we also have enough space for more flares, so that one is a accuracy booster. So I think, why not give the accuracy booster? As well as the golden pentagram, which I think when leveled up, the golden pentagram can offer some large stat buffs. So I know it for a fact we're going to want at least one of these characters to have buffed stats at some point. Anyway, we're back at full health, so let's get back into the battle. Over here we got more of kind of the same enemies at the moment, so we just go ahead and start bombing away at them. And of course it only hits one. And of course now Matt's staggered. So, I have Whirlwind, that can damage these guys, although the other guys could also, I should also go after. So let's cast an Aqua Arrow to hit one of them. And then let's see how much damage Geyser does to these guys. Just enough to take that one Gunslinger down. We still have one more to go, though, and I know for a fact that these Gunslingers deal high damage, so we're going to want to take them out quickly. Probably should have casted the airstrike first, but oh well. Yeah, probably should have casted the airstrike first. Also, I'm a bit worried about this setup, so I might want to consider here, maybe switching over to Natalie. Because Natalie at least has blast magic. And then, yeah, so we can cast blast attacks on these copper fish. Okay, they're really focusing their attacks towards Anna, so if this other guy chooses to attack Anna and hits, Anna will pretty much be dead. So I'm going to need to have Anna take a moment to heal. So go ahead and cast her Renew ability. And then let's continue with the air strikes with Lance. Taking one of them down. And of course Lance gets hit. So I'm probably going to want to focus this turn towards... I can't move Lance back either, so I'm going to have to heal Lance this turn if I want Lance to stay alive. Ooh, payback. Alright, let's cast an airstrike on that one over there. Might be a bit of a risky move since it can easily dodge at the moment. Though, we do have Anna, someone who's highly technical when it comes to accuracy, so that attack should hit. There's a lot of wind skills in this game, so my spells will be pretty useful against flying and plant enemies. Yeah, keep that in mind as we continue. And then that just leaves these guys, which I think it'll probably be more useful to have Matt out for these guys. Also, yeah, I just remembered that Matt has Power Metal, which also heals a little bit as well as deals damage to enemies. Well, doesn't heal a lot, but it should heal enough to keep, to prevent Lance from dying. Ooh, and the Mammoth for the finishing blow, okay. Alright, that takes out everyone in that area. We do still have a lot over here, though, to deal with. So to start, let's once again go back to our Forge menu, because I just gave Anna Thor's Hammer. So yeah, we can go ahead and level that up a little. What about in terms of the current staffs that we're using? I don't know if I want to give up our gems just yet. Are there any side quests I could finish at this time? At the moment, no. Mainly because we're lacking in a bit of holy water. I could also take the time to do some leveling up and offer some more skills to my allies. So most specifically, I think it's time we have Anna learn Soul Arrow, which is a holy spell. And then for Matt, what can Matt upgrade? There's a lot of things I could upgrade with Matt. So I guess to get started, we can go ahead and level up. We could level... Oh no, the spark attack we can't level up any higher. So I guess for now, I'll go ahead and upgrade. Let's upgrade Quake, because that's a pretty powerful skill. And then upgrade Unleash. Then for Natalie, there's Solar Flare, which... Well, actually, Solar Flare I think can also be learned by Lance, which I think that's a more fitting ability for Lance rather than Natalie. So let's do that. And start with this enemy over here. Oh wait, how do I get over there again? Oh yeah, that's right, something from on the other side of the door. I keep forgetting that. Let's keep moving, and oh dear, we have a difficult-looking enemy here. So let's go ahead and maybe we start by having Lance cast an airstrike on these guys, so we can take care of all those other slimes. And then let's have Matt scan, because this is a much bigger slime that we compared to the other slimes. This enemy looks very strong. This is a big Sludge Slime, a huge version of the Sludge Slime, uses poison and dark attacks, has low evade. It can be stunned and frozen, so seeing how it's highly weak to that, we'll want to cast Frost Arrow here to freeze it. That attack always has a high chance of freezing, so we'll want to keep casting that. In the meantime, Light Blade is super powerful, so we'll want to cast Holy Attacks, as well as probably some Lightning Attacks as well. How strong are our current abilities? Not very strong, I'd say, so it'll probably be best for us to... Why not whip out Natalie here? And she can cast her Shine spell. Then cast another Frost Arrow. Alright, almost got it. There we go. Another one down. Wasn't quite paying attention to see if that was a level up or not. Anyway, we got two other enemies left to fight over here. So let's start with this one over here. And, ooh, wow. That was a good first hit. Let's start by whipping out Lance, so we can cast some airstrikes on those gunslingers. Because early on, those gunslingers can be quite dangerous. Then why don't we cast a Spark Arrow so we can stun it? And go ahead and do that to take out those other slimes. Ooh, is that going to... just barely didn't get him off screen. Alright, that's fine. This should finish him off. Just a simple regular attack. I probably should have saved Lance, though, because now we got a bunch of other enemies to deal with. So let's cast... what should I cast here? Let's just go with a Swift Slash so we can get some widespread damage. And, of course, they explode. And they're really focusing their attacks towards Matt. Luckily, we have the counters set up. Well, lots of good things set up. So let's start with another airstrike, and oh, that should take them all out. Yep. Alright, well that was a much easier encounter. The Gas Mask. Randomly casts poison gas between turns. I think this also had the advantage, if I remember correctly, of canceling out any status buffs. I guess they changed it in this game. So anyway, let's go back to looking at our forgery here and seeing some decent things to level up. I'm thinking for equipment, we might want to switch to something else. So we might want to go back to the captain's shirt. Now that pretty much... Although, it has pretty weak stats at the moment, though. So, actually... We could also go to the casual shirt since that... No, the Viking fur still has very useful abilities, so let's stick with the Viking fur. In the meantime, are there any other abilities I can level up at the moment? I could increase Oblivion to level 2 as well as increase the level of Dark Shot. Seeing how Dark Shot is a counter at the moment, I think that'll be the most useful thing to level up right here. Alright, moving on. We have, I think, our next blockade enemy. The kinds that usually go away after you defeat them once. Oh geez, why is the game slowing down all of a sudden? That was weird. Anyway, that should finish off those guys. And let's zap that one to take that one out. Alright, I've learned from my mistakes, and I know that it's not a good idea to... Oh, that works too. Anyway, like always, get started with those airstrikes. Focus on these enemies over here first is what I'm going to focus on. Then we can get going with the Swift Slash to take out those slimes. And cast Spark Arrow to paralyze one of them, or stun one of them. Wow, I underestimated the power. I know I'm using Thor's Hammer, which amplifies the power of lightning attacks, but that was much more powerful than I was expecting it to be. Alright, so I could just prepare... Well, no, let's not do that. Let's focus an airstrike on the main enemy here. Because I knew it was going to go widespread on me like that. Then, why don't we whip out Natalie, so Natalie can perform a widespread heal, using the Heal More spell. Then we can go ahead and cast our usual Frost Arrow. Since the Frost Arrow pretty much makes us unstoppable. Then we can go all out with the holy attacks. So, as always, Matt, go ahead and cast your Light Blade. Lance, you go ahead and cast Airstrike. Ooh, of course, the singular target. Then Anna, go ahead and freezes them. Ooh, what's that gonna do? Ooh, I got it stunned for... Well, pretty much doesn't matter anymore, because it's at the point where any regular attack could take it out at this point. That takes care of the blockade. Moving on, we have more of the facility to deal with here. I've been stationed here to protect the internet. It's in that box behind me. Don't touch it. Wow, it's smaller than I thought it would be. Are you sure that's the whole internet? That isn't the internet at all. The internet is a series of interconnected tubes. Haha, I was joking. That's actually just a box. But as long as my supervisor doesn't find out, I won't have to do any work. It's an interesting way of going about things, but okay. And we have a lot more enemies in here, so... Yikes. I do think that, we're going back outside already? I don't think we're finishing here. I think we should go and get back that first battery we used, now that we've opened up a new entrance into the factory. So yeah, this is another way in. So, thank you, Fleshling. Management will be informed of your great help. The path is clear now, and ROBF9 may proceed with his maintenance objectives. You may have this scrap metal. Yes, now we have a little fast travel to head back out into the village anytime. Of course, I have no plans for doing anything. Do we have any key items at the moment? Nothing useful at the moment. But yeah, we can take out that battery. And now that we have another way inside the facility... And now... Wait, oh, I don't remember this cutscene. Stand back. I've figured this out. To open all the doors, we just have to smash these computers. As a technology enthusiast, I agree. This is the correct approach to troubleshooting any type of hardware. So those are computers. I've never seen any before. It looks like you guys know what you're doing, so I'll stay out of the way. Keep it up. My sword is stuck. How can this happen? Okay, well that just happened. So why not... Not sure what I want to go for next now. There's a lot we could go for at the moment. So let's start out with this new enemy over here, which throws a lot of that at us. I wonder how many channels those dishes can pick up. We have another new set of enemies, so as always, I'm going to have one of us be the one to scan them. I think I remember these being like those like modules that could be on the Valkyrie back in like the final boss of Epic Battle Fantasy 2, if I remember correctly. These are the dish turrets. A turret that is designed to interfere with other systems, uses thunder attacks, and may stun, siphon, and dispel players. So this thing is quite dangerous. So I think to get started, I'm going to have... well, let's actually start, of course, as usual, with Lance casting an airstrike, since those are usually quite strong against these guys. Then, we're going to have Anna cast a spark arrow against the drill bot, so that way they get stunned. Dispelling doesn't really do anything to us since we don't even have any stat buffs in place. Maybe if we were like siphoned or something, but since we're not, we should be relatively safe. Boom. Let's actually... hang on. How powerful is Matt's ability? Spark is 80 power. How powerful is Natalie's lightning attack? Thunderbolt, which is 60. So technically, Anna's attack is weaker than Matt's current Spark ability. So it'll be better that we use that against this guy instead of that. Never expected Matt to have an ability that's stronger than the enemies we're going up against. Alright, one melee attack should finish it off. Yeah, vast majority of enemies here can easily be taken out with electric and bomb attacks. Ooh, a steel key. Now we can unlock that chest back at the entrance. So I will be right back, because I remember there was a chest over here we could unlock. So let me quick do that. Right here. We have the Ultra Zapper Gun. Drains MP from targets with certain skills. May cast Solar Flare with certain skills. Okay. Moving on. Let's head back inside. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just see a chest back there? There is. I completely missed that chest. Hey, there's something back here. A copper key. Use this to remove it. Well, you guys know what copper keys do at this point. I shouldn't need to point it out. Alright, we got two different enemies to go up against here. Let's go up against this one first. And, oh boy, that's a lot of enemies. Yeah, let's start with the ones that aren't weak to lightning attacks. So we'll start with that one over there. And then let's go with Power Metal. Don't know how powerful this is going to be against them, though. That didn't even finish them off. Come on. Alright, let's go with... oh, no, that thing has complete immunity to lightning attacks. So I'm going to need to be a bit smart here and just cast... I'll just have to cast my Whirlwind attack to finish that one off. Watch it go straight for... well, Lance is dying this turn. Unless I get lucky. Which I got lucky. Alright. Let's stun them. Cast an airstrike on this... on that thing. And I'll unleash a spark to deal high damage. Now, next turn. It's trying to disrupt our magic field and stop us from using spells. Yeah, that's where things get dangerous. So we're gonna want to be careful here. I think Lance should be able to finish them off with one more airstrike. And that's exactly what happened. carefully look around here to make sure there's nothing else. Nope. Oh, I didn't get to see what that was. Was that a weapon? I couldn't quite tell what that was. I think that might have been a weapon we just picked up or something. But what was it? I think it might have been like the spacesuit or something. Or did we get our hands on a new summon? I don't know. I really should have paid more attention there. Anyway, while Lance is busy healing, as always, let's go ahead and take a look here at what we could level up. So, increases bomb and stagger resistance is what that does. What else could I upgrade here? So there's a lot that I could probably use here at this time. That's not exactly very useful at the moment. That has defense boost. Not entirely sure at the moment. Although this can be leveled up. Though first let me take a look at some quests to be sure these aren't needed for anything else. Okay, no, they shouldn't be needed for anything else, so let's go ahead and upgrade some of these things. Starting with the Viking fur. Upgrade the officer's coat. Upgrade that, upgrade that. Then in terms of the current armors we're wearing, let's get, yeah, that upgraded. So there's a lot we can upgrade here. For sure. And still have tons of water left available as well. Alright, next we're gonna go up against this enemy over here. Stunning isn't really gonna do anything to help us against those guys. Anyway, one of them is staggered, so we have a chance to take them down quickly. And like always, I'll just have Matt perform a Swift Slash to take that one out. And then go ahead and stun that guy. Ooh, is it going to... It just got stunned rather quickly. Wow. We're already moving on to the next wave. To get started, let's, as always, cast a good old airstrike, which only hit one of them that time. So why don't we check out this skill, Arrow Rain. Targets all foes. Yeah, because I don't think any of you guys got to see Arrow Rain yet. Some of those arrows have got to hit something. Alright, we can take out those side slimes so they don't go blowing up in front of us. That's all the damage the big slime can deal. I was expecting a bit more than that. Alright, to get started here, why don't we start by casting an airstrike on the big slime? Yeah, because I knew it was going to take out the gunslinger anyway. Like always, go all out with our holy attacks. So far throughout our entire playthrough, outside of bosses, I haven't really had to worry much about losing anything. Alright, let's freeze them, because now we can cast a highly powerful attack that should finish it off. Because when you attack an enemy that's frozen, I believe the damage dealt is increased. We have the Diamond Pin Flare, replaces weapon status effect with Stagger, and grants slight bomb resistance. Anyway, let's look at some skills. We should have enough skill points now to get our hands on some more skills. So, what do we want to start with here? We could get the Big Spark ability, which would be useful for someone like Matt. What else could be upgraded, though? So there's a lot we could still upgrade. Let's actually upgrade Matt's regular attack. And then, yeah, let's focus on upgrading everyone's regular attack, because they always have, like, the counters and stuff set up, that it'll be useful to focus all out on that. Alright, so save progress, and move on to our next... Oh, there's a treasure over there. Didn't even see that. Moving on to our next blockade enemy that's preventing us from making forward progress. This mix looks a bit more interesting than the others. Yes, and some of you are most likely to recognize it from our previous adventures. And I will admit, it does leave me a bit worried here and is making me want to consider taking the time to do a few things. First things first, let's take that first enemy down. And then go ahead and whip out Scan Bot. What do we got, Scan Bot? That mech is carrying hidden blades. Actually, that gives me an idea. It's fairly weak to Earth. Well, it's not very weak to Earth damage, but I can enable the tired status effect on it to be able to deal some decent damage there. Anyway, let's take some time to look at this thing's stats. Defender, a robotic sentry tasked with defending its position. Uses powerful bomb and fire attacks. Wasn't entirely sure if I read it already or not. I just wanted to be sure. This thing keeps missing. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Okay, let's get Natalie out here and get Lance revived. 'Cause, yikes. That's a lot of damage. What are this thing's stats like? It had bomb attacks. I think our best move is to keep Natalie out and keep going with the lightning and bomb attacks, because bomb attacks are obviously super powerful at the moment, especially when it's that. But I'm thinking if we can get the tired status effect on it, then we have the chance of... I hope we have some coffee left. I mean, we have the revival spell, so we don't have to worry that much about it. But yeah, I'm going to try making it my objective with Anna to try and enable the tired status effect. Because if we can enable that, we can weaken its abilities. Most particularly, its ability to land hits. Because if it already has weak... Oh! Okay, well, when you put it like that, I can see that it makes perfect sense that we never stood a chance. Let's do a bit of healing up this turn, huh? Yeah, see, its stats are already going down enough that it's, like, already too weak to fight. So if I keep hitting it with that, it's eventually going to go down. Okay, it still managed to land a hit there. Nonetheless, it's getting weaker and weaker. And it's becoming less efficient with its attacks. So let's, at this time, go ahead and bring Lance back out. Natalie, you can cast a Heal More spell. And then, Lance, you can cast an Airstrike. There's no way that it's going to get stunned. It's pretty much impossible for it to get stunned. Alright, next I'm going to whip out Matt again. Cast that attack, which it's very close to being finished off, so one more airstrike should finish it off. So those are some tough enemies, for sure. I keep saying for sure a lot in this video. Just something I noticed. Anyway, we have these two levers that open up quite a few paths now. Most particularly this path over here. Well, now we can see why this place stinks so bad. A whole pool of toxic waste? Blech. They should just dump all this into... If there's one thing I've learned from the Lorax, it's that that's a very bad idea. We'd all be better off. No one likes seagulls anyway. It's much worse than that if you do that kind of stuff, Matt. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Alright, to get started, let's, as always, have Lance cast his air strikes. And then, Matt, you cast your Swift Slash to take out all the... Okay, I guess I'll have to cast this to finish off the smaller slimes. Anyway, these guys should go down easily, so I'm not worried. Let's cast a Frost Arrow now. I probably should have saved Anna for last, considering what these guys are capable of. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna whip out Anna at this time and have her cast Shine on this guy as a means of having weaker attacks. Ow! Stunned? Stunned! Let's cast some more stuns on it, so that way it stays stunned forever. Then, okay, let's have... I like this setup to start, having Anna, Matt, and Lance out. It's a good combo. And it's dead. Never even got the chance to... Oh, I was not ready for this. I was not paying attention to the amount of waves there were. So I actually wasn't ready to prepare for more enemies on screen. So I guess what I can do is I can cast Power Metal, since that's decent wind damage. Should really try and take some time to increase the power of that thing, because I'm certain the more powerful it gets, the more it can heal. I remember when playing these games on the, armor games and stuff, I think I remember the, what they used for the music for the Power Metal attack. I think I remember they initially had something completely different, but I'm guessing it must have had, like, copyright issues or something, which is why that's what came out of the pool of sludge. To eat or not to eat? Considering the fact that it has a poison status effect on it, I would think it would probably be safest to, well, suddenly got a lot darker. Oh, it can lower our accuracy. That's, not good. Alright, first things first, why don't we start with, except I want to keep Lance out so we can cast airstrikes. Except at the same time, those guys need to heal. So why don't I have Natalie come out and heal Lance. And then Anna, why don't you go ahead and, let's deal with that other enemy later. For now, let's focus on stunning, or just do that. That works too, I guess. Oh, that was a strong attack. And that one blows up. Okay. Alright, let's take a turn to go ahead and... Actually, no, Natalie, you need to heal everyone. So that way nobody dies. And then go ahead and... Let's cast an airstrike to finish this guy off. And then we can have our last character. Is Spark Arrow able to stun these guys? It is. So I can keep using Spark Arrow on him to... And of course it doesn't work this time. Anyway, I should take a quick moment to scan this guy with ScanBot. This is the Toxic Squid, a giant squid which lives in toxic waste and uses dark and poison attacks. Can greatly lower the party's accuracy. So this thing is very dangerous if we're not careful, and it's weak to lightning attacks. So our best move here will be to go ahead and unleash Plasma Shot on it. That's the only decently useful attack Lance has for this guy, and really likes going after Natalie. So to get started, I'm gonna... Actually, no. I think while Natalie has that attack buff with magic attacks, I think it'll be best that we keep Natalie out on the field. I may regret that decision later on, but I think that'll be our best move for now. I'm gonna cast Shine, because that deals some pretty good damage. And with it having those stats in place, I'd say that'll be a useful move. Then, we'll cast Gaia Bloom, which will make it tired. And then, let's go ahead and have Lance take this turn to cast Med Pack on Natalie, so we can get that poison healed and Natalie's health high. Ouch. Okay, Natalie's health is really low at the moment, or accuracy, so why don't we take this turn to initiate using lock-on Natalie so that way her attacks don't miss, and keep our combo going to keep this thing tired as well as weakened. Because if we keep this combo up, it's pretty much never going to stand much of a chance against us. Alright, and rather than do what I just did, let's cast that to finish it off. Yeah, that's, this is the, kind of the turning point in the game where certain stat buffs and, like, ways to weaken your opponents are going to be much more useful. What do we got over here? That's quite a lot of security there. The boss is probably locked up in the room ahead. Yes, that'll be something to keep in mind. Up ahead is the room that the boss is supposedly locked in. Do I have 2 batteries, or do I only have 1 battery? Okay, I only have 1 battery at the moment, so it'll be a while till we'll be able to get over there. Some doors require a heck of a lot of power to open. There's a total of 5 batteries in the factory, and you're gonna need them all. Only plug them in when you really need to open a door. Otherwise, keep them with you. Alright, let's go ahead and save progress, and let's start with this enemy over here. Oh, what is that? I've never seen that enemy before. Let's get someone to safety and get someone to scan that. Because that looks dangerous. That I feel like I should whip out some protection. This is the laser turret. A turret that is designed to obliterate intruders, uses powerful non-elemental attacks. Okay, I think none of these guys are resistant to the tired status effect, so let's have Natalie, or no, Anna cast Gaia Bloom, and have Lance go all out with the airstrike. I probably should have focused the airstrikes towards that other enemy over there, and that's some high damage right there. I should be careful. And we just got siphoned. That's gonna be a problem. And Matt has been stunned. So we're in serious trouble right now. So I'm gonna have Natalie come out and cast Purify. Oh, no, wait, no. Oh, we can't cast Purify. That's right, I gave it to Anna. Alright, I'm at least gonna... What to do? I guess for now I'll just focus on keeping everyone well healed for now. But I think we're gonna have to use up a garlic in order to get everyone healed up and stuff. Anyway, let's go ahead and cast another airstrike. Will that be enough to take that one out? Unfortunately not. And that thing is charging up a powerful attack. So, we're gonna want to get ready here because... And, of course, Lance is now dead. What to do? Oh, I could try out this Limit Break Power Blast. Also, what are these guys' resistances to being frozen? They have some slight resistance, so I don't think that's going to be very useful. I could use Power Blast. Limit Break targets all foes, but damage is centered on one. Element and effects depend on the current weapon. I could try focusing an attack on a Limit Break on the laser turret. That way I can get them out of here. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to take anyone out, meaning that Lance is now once again dead, and someone else is probably about to die. Yep. Oh, all 3 of them are dead. Okay, I'm in serious trouble now because everyone is dead, meaning that I'm going to be needing to take some time to do some reviving here. First things first, let's get a coffee to revive Natalie. And then have Natalie cast the revive spell on Anna. And then let's all consume a pineapple. No wait, no, no, not lemon. Let's all consume a pineapple because we're in a bit of trouble now. And it's charging up another attack, so we need to hurry up and get everyone revived. So let's bring out Lance and go ahead and get Lance revived. So we need to hurry up and take out that center turret before it takes us all down. Oh, come on, again? Seriously? Alright, well, at least this is our chance to finish off that center turret. Alright, doesn't matter that we're dispelled. We just have to revive Lance. And then we can go ahead and finish this guy off. That was a much tougher battle than I expected. Nonetheless, we're alive. Where might I want to go next in here? We do have this enemy over here. Though I don't know if I want to take that on this episode. I think I'll probably save this enemy for last, and then call it an episode there. In the meantime, why don't I take this time to look around to see what I could use this copper key on? So I'm certain there... Actually, let's wait till a little bit later. So I'm certain we'll find plenty of locations we can use that copper key on. For now, let's go ahead and go back to upgrading some skills. Starting with... There's a lot we could upgrade here. Let's start by getting the Refresh ability. Advanced healing magic, heals an ally, blesses... Oh, we could also get Hurricane. Expert wind magic, targets all foes, may debuff targets, magic defense. Let's go ahead and get that, as well as get Refresh, which is technically a little bit weaker than Renew, with the one advantage that it blesses the target. And let's also upgrade Gaia Bloom, because that also has a bit of usefulness. Then for Matt, there's plenty of things I could upgrade with Matt. I think for starters, let's upgrade the regular attack to have that maxed out. Max out these regular attacks. Then we can focus on some other abilities. Let's go ahead and get Shockwave, which targets all foes. That may be reasonably... I could also get Unload, too. Lots of things I could get with Lance. But let's start with that. And now everyone's fully healed, that we can get started. Get started on this next encounter, which has a lot of enemies. My goodness, that is a lot of them. What are these guys' resistances and weaknesses? They are not weak to the tired status effect, so it'll be a good idea that I keep casting that every turn. Because we're going to need to do that. Considering how dangerous it is here. Let's whip out Matt and let's start getting some defenses up. Because this looks quite dangerous. I get the feeling we're going to want some defense buffs. And let me guess, they're all using magic attacks because I use a... They're all using magic attacks now, so it's like I specifically set this up for... Okay, well that was a physical attack, but now that guy's dead, or Lance, I don't know why I'm forgetting names now. Alright, let's quick get Lance revived. And then, why not show off... No, I should keep focusing on Gaia Bloom so I can get these guys tired. There we go. Let's instead whip out Matt. And are these guys weak to wind attacks? Okay, the drill bot is, except I don't see what the full use will be if it's not going to be very powerful. So let's just continue getting our defenses up. And it doesn't even matter because we have 2 characters now dead. So we're in a bit of trouble. Actually, let's whip out Lance here. and have Lance use a coffee on that guy. And then have us all eat another pineapple. So that way we can all get back up to full health. Because we really need to make sure we still... make sure that we're at least still alive for when we get to the point that, you know, Alright, revive Anna. Then I'm gonna have... Okay, Anna, you keep casting your ability to make everyone tired. And then we could cast Oblivion, since that's 75% bomb. Except that won't be very... no, let's focus on going ahead and getting Anna healed up. Because Anna could really use it. Because as long as these guys continue to get tired, they're still landing hits either way. That's still what's making this annoying, and it's leaving me in a position where these guys are pretty much being very annoying. Alright, let's cast a Gaia Bloom on this one, because I really want to make sure their accuracy keeps going down. That's all that matters to me at this point, is that their accuracy keeps going down. Except it's not going to go well if we keep dying. And we only have so many coffees to work with here, so why don't we cast something? Can it... No, Absolute Zero will be pointless here. And they're fairly resistant to earth attacks, so my best move would be to just focus on trying to keep this guy over here stunned. Which ends up not doing anything anyhow. Seems to know a lot of my attacks, I'm flattered. Oh boy. We're in serious trouble now, because now we're in a position where there's not a whole lot I can do here. And we are running out of coffees. Please tell me that finishes that guy off. Okay, so now we just need to worry about you know, everyone staying alive, which they're not. Alright, this is my last coffee, so if anyone dies here, like, we're not going to stand a chance, so I'm going to go all out here, unleashing the limit break, so... Because we need to go all out, otherwise we're not going to survive this fight. Despite their lower accuracy, they're still landing tons of hits on us. And I really need to make sure that these guys go down. They're still killing us left and right! Are you kidding me? Well, this looks very bad. Because I honestly don't know what else we can do to try and stay alive at this point, because I've tried tons of things, but if we can't hurry up and get these guys down, then we're pretty much dead. Come on, that's the weak attack. No! Are you kidding me? That was our last coffee. Well, I guess that means we're pretty much going to be dying. This may be the first time we died this episode. Because at this point, Matt himself doesn't really stand much of a chance. It would have taken him a miracle at this point, and yeah, considering the fact that it wasn't really necessary to fight these enemies yet, I probably should have saved this for another time. So I guess for this turn I'll see if I can hurry up and take this guy down. No, that's going to take a couple of turns, so I have to stuck relying off hope that I get super lucky here. I managed to take one of them down, but it won't be long till this other one manages to... And it just lowered my evasion. Do I have any useful summons? Evade, debuff target's accuracy, low accuracy hits 3 times. Yeah, except that's an earth attack. That's not going to be very useful against these guys. So I think at this point I'm pretty much dead. I'll try healing here. Because, yeah, this thing... Okay, maybe there's a slight chance we can still survive if I rely off healing items. I'm going to be having to heal for a while, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to be enough for me to survive. But at this point, I'm pretty much out of decent ways to heal. So let's just whip out my best healing items and see if I can potentially survive this and hope that my... Nope, I'm dead. Okay, that... Good thing I saved beforehand, but that's the first time we actually got game over in this game. Something I wasn't quite expecting. That was a very difficult encounter, though, considering the fact that one of those was already quite difficult. And right then and there I had to go up against 2 of them, and this is epic difficulty after all, so it makes sense that we'd reach a point where we go up against some difficult opponents. With that being said, though, we have reached a point where we have more than enough for a full episode. So we're almost at the hour mark. So I suppose this will be a good place to end this episode. I'll probably be going in the other direction next time, so we don't have to go through such a difficult encounter, because even with all of the stat buffs we had set up, those guys were like one-shotting us to the point that like I couldn't do it. Even when I got the tired status effect on them to really weaken them, they were still landing way too many hits, and I just didn't have enough healing items on hand. And I think that was kind of the biggest problem, is that I really am lacking on revival items and healing items. So maybe next episode I'll take some time to go back and stock up on a couple of coffees so that doesn't happen again. With that being said, though, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, this is the Gamer of Gamers, and stay excellent, everyone.